practice. If you could have your hips above your knees when you sit, that's the best. That's possible. Noticing the correlation between the body and the mind when we sit, that the body will mimic the mind will mimic the body. So paying attention, the body is alert and awake. It's also at ease. Allowing the mind to be alert and awake, but also at ease. And the body is moving slower than the mind. The mind is often busy, but checking in with the body could be in relative stillness. The mind is busy. So inviting the mind towards the body, noticing how the body sits, noticing the contact points, the sitting bones, maybe another body part resting on or touching another body part, those connections. Feeling into the weight of the body as it sits. Noticing the body breathing itself. Noticing how the body is supported by the chair, the cushion, and the floor beneath that, and the earth beneath that. And on the exhalations, you can release into that support, letting the earth hold you for a few moments. Nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to achieve, just sitting, breathing, being. And it's okay if that busy mind continues to follow mental formations. Nice and gently inviting the mind back to the body, inviting the mind back with kindness. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. And as we sit, there might be many things that come up in the body, in the emotions, in the mind. And let's see if we can meet what is arising with gentleness, not only bringing the mind back with gentleness, but tuning in to what that might look like for you, to meet what you find inwardly with gentleness, with softness. Non-judgmental, gentle awareness, letting everything in, letting everything out, sitting, breathing, and being. coming back to the room around you, coming back to the body, allowing the eyes to open, allowing the body to move. Oh, welcome again, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out today. Is anybody new to the group? First time here? A couple of you start up here. Thank you for coming. What's your name? Omar. Omar? Wonderful. How'd you hear about us, Omar? I I'm in school after this class. Okay. So I was at the end. Yeah. I can just Oh, fun. Yeah, you're like, yeah, get in on that meditation. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. Wonderful. And over here? Yeah. Wonderful. What's your name? Mona. Welcome. And how did you hear about us, Mona? Inside LA. Okay. Are you local though, or you live a block away? Wonderful. You have to come every time now. There's no excuse. Exactly. Yeah. Welcome. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah. How about anybody online? Anyone online? First time with the group? Cool. Well, my name's Casey. Um, yeah, if we have some new people, just kind of heads up. We've been here for 12 years now. Yeah. And going strong. It's cool to see we have more people than usual, kind of pre-pandemic numbers, I would say. Um, I don't know why. I have no idea why more people would come and want to come together and sit and contemplate peace and togetherness. The world is just perfect. Yeah, no reason. Uh, yeah, like honestly, when I was thinking about today, I just wanted to kind of meditate today, really, and I think we will do some more of that. I just feel like what we just did. I don't know about you. I just taking it all in. It was just so nourishing. It's so nourishing because there's so much division and conflict and clashing. I mean, if you turn on any screen, and hopefully you're not doing that all the time, but just to sit here with everybody, and we don't know each other. I mean, some of us might know some of us. I don't know, but we're like collective. We're just sitting and being together. And gosh, I feel like that's what we need. We need more of that. And we need more of that internally. And I think that's what we will talk about today. That internal divide, kind of coming together holistically within ourselves, finding that peace within ourselves so we can project it out. I read something this past week or saw something. It was by this longtime marketer. He's really famous. I'm forgetting his name. But he was talking about the algorithm picking up uh, the emotional hooks that marketers like to pick up on. And he said, for decades, of course, sex sells, and that's the emotional grab that everybody used for so long. And I remember even as a little kid, I remember seeing a magazine rack one time. I was at a bookstore, so sometimes these bookstores have just so many magazines. And I remember just flashing my eyes, around the magazines. And I remember there's all these beautiful women. Like, and it was like a tech magazine or a car magazine or that magazine. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? So crazy. But he talked about the algorithm picking up rage, rage baiting, which we all know now what's happening, and that it is, stronger than sex, and it kind of changed everything. And of course, we are in an attention economy. It used to be like newspapers, magazines, TV, entertainment kind of wanted our attention. Now everybody wants our attention every single minute because of the accessibility of the screens. And they know that this algorithm is in place and they know that rage works. And all they need is your eyeballs. That's it, right? It's, cost per click, cost per impression. So in marketing, it's cost per impression. Just an eyeball. That's it. That's advertising money right there. So like division's the point. It's the point, and it's coming to fruition. Right? We are seeing it, all the division around. But I also was re-watching Martin Luther King speeches, like maybe many of us during MLK Day last week. And I thought it's so incredibly profound to watch his speeches and to see how dynamic and how passionate and how incredible his energy is when he's speaking. Yet at the same time, it's almost magical. He's free. He's not taken away by like anger. He's not taken away uh, by rage. He's not, that bait did not grab him. He's actually free of that, and he's actually speaking to that, but in this way that's incredibly passionate in doing, like go, do, defend, right? All of these things, but he's free, and that's the magic. That's the magic of it. I think that's why his message was so powerful. Like, how can he speak like that and be liberated at the same time and be free at the same time? Totally incredible. There's that something else, that spaciousness within the freedom, because we could all be angry, but how can we be angry for peace? And how can we deliver peace? We're angry not just to be angry, we're angry because we're actually fighting for peace, which is a funny term, you know? Somebody said fighting for peace is like having sex for virginity, you know? So, but at the same time, like Martin Luther King Jr., he showed up, he was actually speaking from that place of peace, but in this incredible way. So the talk today was ultimate bodhicitta as refuge. Ultimate bodhicitta, it's bodhicitta, the the translation of bodhicitta, bodhicitta is awake mind, awake mind. But in Dharma, it usually points to the heart, right? It's these practices of the heart. Of course, in Vajrayana Buddhism, in the Tibetan culture, they believe the mind is here. If you ask them to point to the mind, they point to the heart. But there's relative and ultimate. Relative is the wish to be free, to wish for others to be free in the realm of dualistic reality, is still within the realm of good and bad. Ultimate bodhicitta is to recognize the same thing, to recognize the sincere wish for self and others to be liberated in the realm of enlightened mind or emptiness. So, in that spaciousness of peace, in that spaciousness of oneness, in that spaciousness of we're already free and yet we have work to do. Like Suzuki Roshi would say, you're perfect just as you are, and you have work to do. Right? That duality. He'd also say nothing is right and nothing is wrong, but what is right and what is wrong is wrong. Very Zen. Yeah, and true and powerful. So as practitioners, what does this mean as practitioners? This means that we have to rely heavily on our practice. We have to rely heavily on non-grasping mind. We have to rely heavily on not getting hooked and know ourselves as that something that cannot be hooked, because what is being hooked is the phenomena, the formations arising within consciousness, but we stay as that infinite free consciousness. And there's all these incredible analogies that we use. Like our consciousness, our true nature of mind is like the sky. This is a very common analogy. The phenomena in the sky, like the clouds, the birds, the rainbows, and things like this, they're abiding for a bit in the sky. They arise in sky-like mind, they abide, and then they go away, right? All phenomena is like this. Bless you. But we notice that when phenomena arises, we don't go away. An emotion can arise. We can notice this arising. This emotion can abide. We can notice it abiding. And then when the emotion goes away, we don't go away. But a lot of times we self-identify as the thoughts, emotions, and body sensations, right? As arise, like I was thinking, I think like this, I'm angry, right? I'm in pain. We self-identify as the thoughts, emotions, and body sensations that are arising. And this is very dangerous, especially the thinking stuff, right? When we believe that we are the beliefs that are arising within the mind, and then we defend them like we're defending ourselves. And when somebody calls you a this or a that, just because you believe this or that, you're like, oh, I feel personally attacked, you know. Instead of this is, anger is something arising within me, or a thought arising within me. I self-identify. It's very dangerous. So important to note that the stronger the something that is arising, the more attached we get to it. So if you're in meditation, like we're in meditation, or whatever the heck we were doing, if you're just sitting there attempting to be aware, you're meditating. So there we're meditating, and I was inviting you to come back to something which is common in all meditation practices. I was inviting you to come back to your breath, very common, right? Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. But things took you away as you were sitting, correct? The mind habituated to grasping, grabbed onto things here and there. We could watch smaller things. So smaller things, thoughts without a lot of weight to them. You see them come. Something like I forgot something, or I need to do something later. They don't have a lot of weight to them, right? So you can notice them and say, hello, I see you. You can let them pass, and you stay awake. You're still awake. You're aware. A thought is arising. I notice a thought is arising. So there is the thought arising and the knower of the thought arising. And you are as that knower. In and as that knower, there's infinite potentiality arising. You're not hooked. You're not, as soon as you get hooked on something, there's subject object. You go from infinite potentiality to your finite, right? And it's subject object. Boom, like that. Now notice that the stronger the sensation, the stronger the thought, the harder it is to let everything in and let everything out, right? So our awareness is like a flame. It can burn up all the little things, like all the little branches of thoughts and whatnot. Because I like to say, like, how much does a thought weigh? How much does a thought weigh? Throw it out there. How much is it weigh? How much does it weigh? Nothing. Or how much does it feel like it weighs? Sometimes. Huh? A ton. What gives it the power? If it intrinsically, from its own side, doesn't weigh anything, but some feel like it weighs a lot, then what gives it that weight? Attention, right? Yeah, attention. So if I were to pick this up and set it down, no problem, really, right? But if I were to pick this up and hold on to it for like 10 minutes, it's gonna feel heavier, right? What if I held on to it for a month? How many of us are holding on to things much longer than a month? Grasping mind, grasping mind, the worry. What's worry? Impregnating a thought over and over again, right? With what? With the idea that it's real, right? Believing it. So our mind is like a flame. So those ones that the thoughts that don't have a lot of weight to them, we haven't ruminated upon, you know, we allow those to come and go. But the ones that are heavier, they're like a log to the flame of awareness. They come by instead of our flame of awareness burning them up, they're like a log and they snuff out our flame of awareness, right? This goes along with the marketing, like the confirmation bias. This is exactly what's happening with the rage, right? The confirmation bias, of course, which is I just want to believe what I already believe, and anything that confirms that. But it's an entrenched thinking pattern, and it grabs us, and then all of a sudden the rage is really powerful, or the whatever is really powerful, and then we can't get away from it. We actually see it as a distinct and fixed reality. Like it's like this. And then they got us. It's like this. Because if it's like this, then that means then that's like that. And then we start imputing that onto people. Like they are like this and they are like that. But it's a small earth. Like we're all in this together. So we have to come together. We have to, the way the way out, is through, but it's through togetherness. It's not through this constant division. But we have to make sure that we look inside of ourselves moment to moment every day and go into meditation like this where we see reality is undivided. Of course, we live in a samsaric dualistic reality. We draw lines around stuff. We know everything's vibrating in energy, but this, we call it a desk. Buddha Dharma, we would say, where's the desk of the desk? There's no actual desk here. But without getting into that, we draw lines around things because we need to move through the world in a certain way. We also need to see it as collectively one and okay, just as it is, without all the divisions. And so, just like this, when we're meditating, we notice that things are arising and falling away, but I'm not that. I'm not my thoughts, my emotions, my body sensations. These three things are how we interpret the world around us. So I keep reiterating them. And so, but the ultimate piece of this is that I am the knower of those things. And this is the piece that gets missed when we're attending to ourselves. And this is the piece that we need to get to know and remind ourselves and others. So this is where we can connect. I cannot connect with all of you uh, in a purely intellectual way. There's, 8 billion of us. That means there's 8 billion different realities. But if you notice, if you subtract everything, if you sit in meditation and you and I both let everything in, let everything in and let everything out, and then notice what remains. What remains when I let go of my dogma and all my bullshit and you let go of yours? We end up just like if we're going to filter out water, we end up at H2O every single time. You filter out all the stuff from water and you get to H2O. It can't go. That's essence, you know? If we sit still like we do in meditation, we let everything go. We all let everything go. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Now we can connect. Now we can connect. We could really connect. And those beautiful beings that have connected with that something, like the Martin Luther Kings of the world, they're preaching from that space. From that space, like we're all connected. Why? Because I feel like I'm all connected. It's like somebody right after a mushroom trip or something. Like, we're all connected. So cool. How do I get back there? Yeah. So this is the key. There's two ways to go about it in Dharma. In Dharma, there's the prajna, the wisdom side of things. We break down phenomena. We break down like a table. Well, there's no table on the table. Is a table here? Is this the table? No, is each leg one of these legs? Is that the table? Like where's the table? We do stuff like that. We see things as impermanent, shifting and changing. This is one way to see that we're all the same. The other way is through the heart, which I think we need more of that right now. The other way is through the heart, and the heart gets us to the same place, but it gets us into the same place through selflessness, right? We kind of change our fixation on self and caring for self and wanting the self to be, um, yeah, taken care of. And we just make this shift, wanting others to be taken care of, wanting others to be happy, wanting others to be free from suffering. And there's an interesting thing that happens when we practice loving kindness and the heart is the first thing that we do is turn it upon ourselves. And we see not only how difficult that is, but we see the challenge in our own ability to love ourselves completely. And I don't know if for me, just to love, period, to love others and to be open. And in that process of that self, that introspection of trying to expand our hearts, we realize other people are doing the same, that they don't love themselves that much. And they're acting out of that, just like I act out of that. I act out of my own deficit of my ability to love myself completely. And I try to fill that with other negative things sometimes, right? So through the practice of loving kindness meditations and opening the heart, it's that same way we can move into a place of selflessness, and that delivers us into unity, into into that togetherness. And that's what's so cool about like going to a retreat or a meditation like this. Like in our format, we start out with a meditation. It's like we skip right to that part. Like like we don't ask each other who we are or whatever. We don't know who's in the room or whatnot. We just kind of skip to the part we're just going to sit. It's very vulnerable to sit like this. You notice, like we're in a smaller space together, and you close your eyes and you trust just by coming in, sitting down, closing your eyes. There's an incredible amount of trust here in just doing that simple little thing. And we're at peace for a little while. So we have this word refuge I used in the title here, like the ultimate Bodhichitta as a refuge. We have this term refuge in Buddhism. What are we taking refuge in? Sometimes we take refuge in Netflix, which is fine, or pasta, also fine. Um, like what are we taking refuge in? Like when suffering arises, like what do we take refuge in? Right? What's gonna free us from that suffering? And in Buddhism, we kind of use it as an alchemy in that we actually lean into the suffering. We take the suffering as refuge. So we don't turn away. So I know like today I woke up feeling frustrated and sad and angry. I mean, it happened yesterday again, right? But it's an alchemy of sorts. So we hold all that. We don't run from it. think it's interesting where there's all these liquor stores around, but there's only a few meditation centers around, you know? Why? Because alcohol's numbing, right? It's numbing. It's the opposite. It's like, I don't want to look, I don't want to look. I'll just be free for a little bit, right? But we have the skill set of emptiness and compassion. So we can look at and be with things. And we're looking at and being with things. So we see the intrinsic emptiness of something, and therefore that we can be with it, but not follow it. Hello, anger, how are you? One of my favorite Thich Nhat Hanh phrases. Hello, anger, how are you? So beautiful because he's with the anger, but not following the anger. I could be with you, but not follow you. So beautiful. So maybe let's just sit, um, and I definitely want us to get some community time. Hold on a second, let me see. Um, let's just sit. We'll just do maybe do a Tonglen practice. There's a Vajrayana practice, a loving kindness practice called Tonglen, taking and giving, where we take in the suffering, our own suffering, the suffering of others, and we give back. We give back uh, peace, kindness. So allowing your eyes to close. And I want to sit one more time to emphasize that our practice is really experiencing, again, just to reiterate, experiencing the love, the kindness, the freedom, the liberation within ourselves, really tasting it. So important, even for a minute a day. I am the love that I'm seeking. I am the peace that I'm seeking. It's within me already. It's within everybody. Let's take Minnesota, what's happening in Minnesota today as our object. There's so much conflict there. There's also so much beauty. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful to see these courageous beings. So many of them with so much peace in their hearts and their songs, singing. Incredible. So we would imagine taking on a bit of their suffering. Traditionally, we would imagine this as a dark smoke. So we could visualize maybe a group of people that represents these people protesting violence in Minnesota, and visualizing their suffering as dark smoke. And in this practice, we breathe in this smoke, but it's transformed the moment that it hits our body because we're filling up our body with golden white light, and especially beaming from our hearts love and kindness and peace. So at your own pace, allowing the smoke to move into the body, it's instantly transformed. And in fact, as this suffering in the form of this dark smoke enters into the body, it actually ignites more of this loving kindness, this peace within you. And it touches your heart. in particular, which is now beaming with brightness, and all the love and the compassion that you can muster is now sent back on an exhalation into the group, infusing that group with the light within your heart, seeing them happy, beaming, at ease, peaceful. Their minds and emotional bodies being healed, and calm sweeping over them, sweeping over the group. And let's just do this a couple more times. And this practice is all about intention, wanting to free the suffering of self and others. In this instance, free the suffering of these beings. And it's an act of actually doing that we could perform in this meditation, visualizing a bit more of that suffering coming from that region and that group of people. Also visualizing your heart beaming with a healing golden light, love and kindness, peace. As you breathe in that dark smoke, it is instantly transformed, igniting more and more peace, more vitality within yourself, connecting with your heart. And then on an exhalation, sending back love, light, peace. Imagining this group of people at ease, peaceful. Even the conflict itself subsiding, both sides sitting down, meditating together. And one more time, and let's fold in both sides, really healing these hearts. There's so much suffering. And breathing it in. And the more suffering that you take on, the brighter and more beautiful and more amazing and more infinite is the love and kindness in your own heart. Instantly transforming all negativity. Your body, your mind, your heart, open, being filled with peace and kindness. On an exhalation, breathing this back into them. Both sides of the conflict, feeling this, opening the hearts, negativity, boundaries, divisions, dropping. Sitting down together, meditating at ease, seeing each other for humans, human beings, sharing this planet and this time together. And then for a few moments, and this is an important piece, which is dropping the visualization, really connecting for a few moments. Whatever's within you, maybe it's a strong feeling of peace, maybe not so strong, but the aftertaste of this practice. Allow yourself to feel it. Whatever is arising, it's within you. meditating for a few more moments on the aftertaste of this loving kindness practice. And may all beings everywhere, without exception, may they all be happy, truly happy, and free from suffering. So just coming back, allowing the body to move, and the eyes to open. So I want to give us some time to come together. And what I think it would be nice to chat about is what keeps you grounded. It can be during this time or just time of conflict when it's challenging. What keeps you grounded? It could be a meditation tool, it could be loving kindness, it could be hiking. Like, what is a positive way? It could be art, it could be music. Like, what is a positive way that you recharge, right? Because we need resilience, right? So maybe we could share some of the tools, techniques, could be coming here, tools, techniques that assist you when you're kind of going through it. Um, yeah, to relieve some of that tension. So go ahead and turn towards people around you. Remember, keep like no advice giving, just allow people to share to a safe place. Uh, no group more than four. So about four people. If you're online, I'm just going to take you as a group. Just give me 1 second. Hey, everybody online. Big sound here. Hey there, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Um, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, who would like to share? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Casey. This is Allison. I just want to thank you so much for talking about Minnesota. my Buddhist organization doesn't really touch on it, and I'm not sure why. I guess they don't want to offend certain people.
Mm,
They have a put a different spin on it, but I love it so much because it's been deep on my heart. First Good, the woman Good, the poet, and now this other ICU nurse. So it's just so horrible. I'm
hmm
glad you're talking about it. It's not something that we could bury our head in the sand and dismiss. And like you, I'm also so proud of all of the people in Minnesota and around the country that are protesting and that are making their voices heard. I think it's necessary. The way I am able to decompress from all the negativity, and you nailed it. We're being fed rage. And whenever I think of the government, I'm filled with rage. And I don't want to be in that place because it's not healthy for me. I want to be able to process it as healthy as possible. So what I do is I've been going for walks every day,
mm.
past several weeks, and that's my way to kind of decompress from it. So yeah, thank you for bringing
Yes,
it up
walking.
and for sharing about MLK and the freedom part. I love that.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
thank you.
Great
Thank
talk, Kate.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you so much, Anthony. Yeah, and thank you for that, the walking. Um, yeah, so true. Yeah. It's so available for all of us too.
Yeah.
And walking meditation is
Yeah.
a great way to just be in the
Mm-hmm.
moment without
Yeah.
being
Mm-hmm.
attached to the negative thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
also I chant. So I've been waking up every morning between 5 and 6 a.m. and trying to chant 1 hour.
That's wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so good to see you both.
Me too.
Good to be seen.
I'm digging your pink glasses, Brian. Just saying. Digging it.
Let me get my glasses so I could see Brian's glasses.
Yeah. Anybody else? Just want to say hi to Sam. I'm not sure if we've connected yet or not, but yeah,
There. Um, yeah, I can go. For resilience, the practice generally is so supportive for me. I absolutely feel a difference, and it has absolutely become like brushing teeth every day. It's just
mm,
very supportive. And then adding to that, being in Sangha is incredibly supportive. And being in community in general, some of the folks like Brian knows that I do like a sourdough group hang in San Pedro here, the
very
second
cool.
Sunday of the month.
Yeah,
And so just even that community, it's just,
yeah,
like-minded people who are being together. It's so supportive. I also garden, um, touching the soil. It's the lessons from the garden, that help connect those dots, is so profound.
yeah,
Um, yeah, and I'd also echo movement, taking walks, taking breaks, taking time off when I can. So yeah, that's kind of what I do.
wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, gardening is awesome. I love the universe is like in a garden. You see this, the everything's happening and living and dying and helping each other out and yeah, so cool. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, Brian. There you are.
Yeah, I've lost my voice here.
Yeah, sorry to hear that you're not
I've
feeling
lost
well,
my
buddy.
voice. I've got a horrible, horrible cough. Actually, I don't know if I could talk. Um, uh, yeah, I mean Sangha, really. Sangha, the giving and taking in Sangha, supporting and being supported of Sangha, and the extended Sangha. Certainly, this is an incredible group group that we're in here, but also the many groups and the family and supporting and being supported. Um, like the ocean, the tides, um, and also I've been somewhat involved in some of the demonstrations and participating with with an eye towards or heart towards a positive future. It's really, really been helpful for me because I feel like I'm doing something just by showing up.
Hmm.
That's about all I've. Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. I hope you feel better, bud.
Me too, Brian. Feel better.
I'd have to totally agree with Brian also. That's exactly like what I was going to say. Um, I've been kind of trying to kind of change my perspective a little bit and make the assumption that everybody that I encounter, everybody I talk to is a friend. Because it's so easy to what you talked about today, Casey, the outrage machine, the algorithm, those kinds of things. It's all kind of fake. But when you get out and you actually like have face-to-face interactions with people, it's like, you know what, most of these people are going to be my friend. Like almost feel like 90% of every interaction I have, like people are going to be friendly. So I've been doing a lot of time with mutual aid network in Long Beach and this Sangha community and then my gym community. So like I'm just trying to keep that's what's kind of keeping me resilient is keeping those bonds.
Mm.
So and I really appreciate your talk today. That was really clutch, really helpful.
Yeah, I love that. I love what you said. I love that. That everyone's gonna be like the mindset that people are gonna be my friend, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I feel like it's so true. Like everything that everybody said, one common denominator is nobody talked about a screen, like I'm gonna go hang out on a screen. And it's so important, which has made me think of that, Lars, because it's like, yeah, if you meet somebody in person, it's all cool. It's like these, back and forth online, it's like so silly, but yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
not even sure that people are real online. Like kind of
exactly.
I'm trying to push this theory to people, like kind of an Occam's razor, Murphy's Law kind of thing. I've probably said this a few times, but I think it needs to get out there. Like we should be operating the assumption that anything that's commented on online is not true or is not real. Like
Yeah,
just assume that it's not real,
yeah,
and then work backwards from that.
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I've
Yeah,
been looking into that specific data, and it's highly researched that at least 30% is, yeah, bots and
yeah,
bad actors. Exactly.
exactly.
Yes, yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah, I know. And then we're actually arguing with bots.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like it's just a sad, 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 sad. But yeah, more community, more in person, yeah, more connection, you know. Yeah,
totally. Thank you.
thank you.
I guess I'll go next.
Great.
Excuse me. Um, well, one big thing for me lately has just been like resting. Like when I just really need to just tune everything out, I'm just letting myself take rest and trying to let go of worrying that I'm wasting time somehow. So, because
That's good.
yeah, I'm just tired from a lot of things right now. But
Mm-hmm.
I like doing I guess it was like the Lojong meditations. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I found myself, I don't know, it's kind of the opposite of what a lot of people say. It's easier for me to take in the black smoke, but then generating the light, that's what I found myself struggling with. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm like trying so hard to generate the light more. I mean, it's there, but it's not like as big as the smoke. So do you have any
Mm.
recommendations about that?
Yeah. So you mentioned Lo John, but actually what we did was Tong Lin.
Which one? That's
Yeah,
right.
they're really similar as far as
Excuse me.
wording, right? But the recommendation is to read a few different versions. So Pema Chodron is very famous for teaching a lot on Tonglen and has some very beautiful visualizations and whatnot. And remember too, like not all of us are visual, and that's okay. And we can move back into intention and energy and feeling, right? So twofold. For one, there might be some instructions that your mind might take to better as far as what to visualize there at the heart. That's one. And then at the end of the day, it's really intention, like the intention in the heart of wanting to. The bodhicitta actually is the intention of, you know, I wish to free beings from suffering. That's actually the whole transformation. So holding that intention in your heart, so you could like literally put that phrase in your heart, like, may all beings or this group of beings be free from suffering. Like that's the transformation. Like where like the actual thing that's transforming the mind and everything is that sincere motivation. So we could actually put the intention there and not make it so much about like something that we're visualizing. So it's just another way to do it. Yeah, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, Brian.
Let's see if the voice works any better. Nope. Um, I really liked what you said, Casey, about the transforming of the smoke into light.
Mhm,
And it's sort of I had this image visualization of sitting in a bubble of light, and that all
mm,
the smoke that was coming in never got to my heart. It was more like it entered the bubble and it turned to light and became
mm,
brighter and brighter. So thank you for
beautiful.
that. Thank
For
you.
sure, for sure. Did you have something, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm just remembering well, one of my favorite sayings, apparently is from the Diamond Sutra, is that
Mm,
it's important to develop the mind which rests on nothing whatsoever.
mm,
I'll notice sometimes, with my meditation that things are just coming and going and there's no attachment to thoughts. They just arise, you
mm,
notice them and then they're gone. Feelings, you notice them, they're gone.
mm,
Sounds, sights, because my eyes are a little open. Um, and that mind that's not sticky, that mind that's not attached, that mind that's not suffering, that
mhm,
mind that even is letting go of the thought that there's someone
mhm,
experiencing all this.
mhm,
The watcher is just another thought that arises in your mind,
mhm,
passes away. And that feeling because the Buddha, his whole teaching, I think, was to let go of suffering. And you
mhm,
realize that when you're not holding on to any of those thoughts, feelings, or perceptions, there is no suffering. Um,
mhm.
there's just impermanence. There's just non-self. And it's just such a beautiful teaching, you know.
Yeah,
Mm,
love that phrase, resting on nothing.
Yeah,
mhm,
resting on nothing.
mhm.
Yeah,
So
it
thank you for
just,
your talk. You just get better and better.
You do.
oh,
You're
that's
like
why
Willy
I keep having you come back. So just, yeah, you're always welcome. All your kind words over the
Well,
years.
I'm
I
hoping at some
appreciate
point
you.
I can come in person. I'm just trying to get my immune system
Cool.
back up to 100%. But
Yeah. Well, you look amazing. You sound great. So,
thank you. Thank you.
yeah. Yeah. I better get back. I just saw the time, so I will see you in the big group.
Okay. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you.
Casey, you're muted.
Casey, we
Oh,
can't hear
sorry.
you.
Yeah,
Okay,
you didn't
thank
miss
you.
anything. We know. Yeah, we're just I just opened it up for the group here. Yeah,
Try to show.
sure.
What came up for me in the group is, I've been watching too much. There's that balance of being aware of what's going on in the world and then being hyper aware and
Yeah.
watching too much. I don't really watch TV, but I'm reading the New York Times too much. And so it kind of for me turned into a brainstorming session of how can I balance that off?
Mm-hmm.
So when everyone was, sharing what they do, which is things like we could do Tonglen to balance that
Mhm.
off, or a loving kindness meditation, and setting the timer for 5 minutes. Because if I think about it, if I set the goal of doing it for a half an hour, I'm probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
But I can do it for 5 minutes. And dancing, like
Yeah.
getting somatic, getting in
Yeah.
the body. So all of those things were really helpful. And I told them that the next time I would see them, that I would be accountable and tell them that I'm going to do some of these
That's
things.
awesome.
I'm not going to just say I'm going to do it. I'm going
Yeah.
to do it. And next time I see them, I'm going to be like, I did it.
Yeah.
I've been doing it.
Yeah.
I'll stop there. Thank you.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to respect everyone's time because we're at 11:29. So yeah, I'll just say kind of to recap that because in our group too, that everyone who came up with anything, nobody said look at a screen. So that was universal. That was universal, is no screens. So thank you, Lars. Yeah, so let's just come together as a group one more time, dedicate the merit. We're so lucky and fortunate to have an opportunity and a space like this. So in Buddhism, we dedicate the merit and we dedicate the goodness and the wisdom and the heart. Any positivity that came from this gathering, we offer it to others that were not able to be here or in a similar way with a similar group, because we recognize that we are in this together. So we want to share all the goodness with everybody. So may loving kindness itself enter into the mind streams and the heart streams of all beings everywhere. May all of us see through this path of see through this delusion of division, this delusion of separateness. May all of us see unity and togetherness. May all beings everywhere without exception, may they all be happy, truly, truly happy, and free from suffering. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you again, all very, very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Next week.
We'll be featuring some of the writers from our writers group. They'll be sharing. It'll be kind of like an open mic sort of thing. I see James going.
Open mic night.
He's the featured speaker.
Poetry slam.
Our featured chair. But if you do come and you'd like to bring something to share with the group, kind of like our poetry gathering, please feel free. The suggested theme that we're working on would be interconnectedness, which is something that, so if you have a piece of writing of your own or somebody that you're really respectful of and want to share it with the group, feel free to bring it.
So
we'll just kind of regulate as we go. I don't know how much time we'll have.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to let some of our writers here share their work.
So for those online, if you didn't catch it, but feel free to show up next week. It'll be around the writing group and sharing some writing, and the theme is on interconnectedness. So feel free to bring something.